The taunts on the court whipped across my face like a thorny lash. Jack, the black coach, had his eyes glued to my fiancée, never looking away, spitting vile words. Is this all Asian men are good for? With that puny body, can you really satisfy her? Today, as usual, I went to train with Jack, my black coach. The only difference was that my fiancée, Leo, said she wanted to see me practice. We chatted and laughed, all the way to the court. The coach was already waiting on the sidelines. I greeted Leo, then started to head inside to renew my membership for next month. She volunteered to pay for me, telling me to go to the locker room first to change into my jersey and sneakers. Before I could even walk away, I saw Jack notice Leo. He suddenly perked up and approached quickly. With a wide smile on his face, he said to Leo, "Are you here to renew? Just mention my name, Jack, there's a discount." His eyes, however, shamelessly raked her body up and down. Seeing this, I felt a surge of anger. That guy, aside from being arrogant, usually behaved and spoke normally. I didn't expect him to start spouting nonsense. The moment a pretty girl appeared, Leo pulled me back, telling me not to make a scene. She said thank you and walked towards the front desk. However, during the warm-up that followed, Jack suddenly intensified the drills. His defensive movements were exaggerated, constantly elbowing and kneeing me. I was about to lose my temper when the jerk suddenly spoke. "Your girlfriend's outfit must be worth at least 10,000. Didn't you buy it all for her? She's capable, she can afford it herself." Jack leaned against the basketball hoop, smirking. "I saw on the registration form that you're just a low-level employee, right? Only making 5,000 a month. With that meager salary, can you really provide for her?" I stopped dribbling and stared at him coldly. "Management said personal information is confidential. How do you know?" Jack shrugged, his smile becoming even more punchable. "Oh, I just took a quick glance. What? Are you getting sensitive now? You only make 5,000 a month. How can you possibly be worthy of a rich woman like her? Oh Tilda, no wonder you can come play every day, so you're kept man. Hey, any one of my family's companies could keep you fed for several lifetimes. My family owns a few coal mines in the suburbs. Since I was a child, my dad would count money and say, 'Son, the coal mining business isn't stable, you need to go out and make your own way.' He still says that now, even though the company has grown bigger and bigger. I am the only son in the family, and my dad said I could only take over the family business after I got married. In college, I wrote my true family situation in my file. As a result, I received all sorts of suspicious calls every day, and beautiful women I didn't know kept asking me out. From then on, I learned my lesson. I filled out all my information very ordinarily. After starting work, I became even more low-key. Even when Jack makes snide remarks like this, I can't be bothered to respond to him, so he thinks I am being kept by a rich woman. Let him think what he wants. At worst, he'll just find another place to play basketball later. After playing for half an hour, I sat down next to Leo to rest. Leo handed me a bottle of mineral water, gently wiped the sweat from my forehead, and softly asked, "Are you tired? Do you want to rest for a bit?" Just then, Jack suddenly came over and grabbed my arm. "Song, your small frame isn't strong enough, you're as thin as a monkey, and your ball skills are weak. Asian men really are useless." My temper flared. The last thing a man wants is for someone to say he's not man enough in front of his girlfriend. Leo sensed something was wrong, and quickly pulled me back. "Mingyu, don't get angry, don't get angry." She pulled out her phone, trying to distract me. "I just saw a good wedding plan. Once we set the date." "Well," Jack interjected sarcastically, "oh, getting married, are we? I've seen you bring different girls every time you come. Are you finally settling down? Or did you latch onto a good rich woman?" Jack's grating voice drew the attention of everyone around us. The jerk then feigned innocence, waving his hand. "Oh dear, my mouth, I said the wrong thing." He turned and flashed a toothy grin at Leo. "Don't mind me, beautiful, I am just talkative. Please don't have a fight with your boyfriend." No sooner had he spoken than Leo's face instantly changed. I stood directly in front of Jack. Although that jerk was muscular, I was half a head taller than him, and had the upper hand in terms of presence. "Did you just say I bring different girls here every time? Explain yourself. Are you just spouting rubbish without any proof? Do you believe I'll call the police right now, and have them investigate who's spreading rumors and causing trouble here?" As I spoke, I reached for my phone. Jack immediately panicked and quickly reached out to stop me. No, buddy, it was just a joke. Is it really that serious? Sweat beaded on his forehead. Maybe I remembered wrong. Leo glared at me from the side, clearly expecting an explanation. I coldly waved my phone. Oh, you saw wrong. No problem. Let the police help you refresh your memory. Jack grew desperate, wiping the sweat from his forehead. Buddy, it's really not necessary. It's just, there's a guy with a similar build to you. I must have mistaken you for him. That bastard was still trying to argue. I scoffed. Oh really? Well, that makes it easier. Call that person over for a direct confrontation. Forget it. It'd be faster to let the police find him. Jack finally caved in, shouting, I am sorry. Okay. I was just making things up. I immediately found the manager on duty and explained the whole situation. After hearing what happened, the manager, without a word, told Jack to apologize on the spot and said he would revoke his coaching license. Leo tugged my hand, a hint of concern in her eyes. I didn't want to escalate things, so I just told them to refund the membership fee. However, I decided I would never come to this basketball court again. My mood was ruined, so I decided to take Leo out to have some fun that afternoon. I remembered how Leo and I met. It was quite interesting. Actually, we also met on a basketball court. At that time, we had both just graduated. She came with her best friend to the basketball gym to watch a game, and we gradually got to know each other. Later, I was attracted by her sunny and cheerful personality, and we got together after I confessed my feelings. Because my family situation was special, I couldn't tell her the truth before we got married, but I still spent money where it was needed. I never treated her poorly. The first time I took Leo to my place, she saw the Porsche I was driving and thought it was a rental. You don't need to do these flashy things. It makes me uncomfortable. I wanted to explain that it was my car, but she became even more upset. She said seriously, if it's real, that's even worse. Why would an ordinary employee like you buy these things just to show off? A car is just a means of transportation. Is an expensive one necessarily better? I hate vain people. A man should be grounded. What's the point of renting luxury cars all the time? Doesn't driving a car like that seem really ostentatious? I liked her too much then, so I tacitly agreed with her and admitted that I rented the car. Yes, you're right, it's a rental. It didn't actually cost me much. Only then did Leo smile, wrapping her arm around mine and saying, silly, I like you for who you are. I don't care how much money you have, as long as you can take care of me, as long as you're genuine. I don't care about these superficial things. I smiled and nodded, thinking she was a good girl. Besides, with my family's financial resources, let alone taking care of her, even if she splurged, she couldn't spend it all in a lifetime. I'd tell her the truth when the time was right. Later, Leo went to her current company. The CEO is my dad's childhood friend, and his son, John, and I grew up together. I asked him to look out for her, and Leo quickly became a manager, with an annual salary of $1 million. It wasn't until recently that I noticed she also started buying luxury goods. I thought to myself, perhaps it was appropriate to show some of my true financial standing. Honey, how about we go to a sports car dealership this weekend, and see if there's any car you'd like to drive? Leo blinked. Did you strike it rich? Seeing her cute wide-eyed look, I was about to kiss her. The next second, her phone rang. What? My MOMS in the hospital. I rushed to the hospital with Leo. She went straight to the orthopedic ward, while I stayed downstairs to handle the paperwork. When I went upstairs with the forms, I saw the last person I ever wanted to see in my life. The jerk was leaning against the hospital room door, holding fruit, chatting and laughing with Leo. He had deliberately tensed his muscles, showing off like a peacock fanning its tail. Mingyu. Leo saw me and quickly waved. You wouldn't believe the coincidence. Thanks to Jack. My mom fell at the supermarket, and he carried her all the way to the hospital. If he hadn't brought her in time, my MOMS leg would have been much worse. He's my MOMS savior. Jack smiled radiantly. It's nothing. Just what I should do. We are all about helping others out. I never thought she'd be your mother. What a coincidence. It must be fate. As he spoke, he shamelessly winked at Leo. What was even more infuriating was that Leo seemed unfazed by such obvious flirting, even looking at him with admiration. Jack, thank you so much. Let me treat you to a meal. Oh, and let's exchange numbers. We can keep in touch, Leo said, taking out her phone to scan a code. I immediately pressed down on her phone. Thank you for saving my mother-in-law. Here is 20,000 as a token of my gratitude. Please accept it. A flicker of greed flashed in Jack's eyes, but he immediately put on an innocent act. Song. We know each other. Is that small incident this morning really? Why so wary of me? I can't accept this money. Consider it a good deed. Besides, I am not short on money. Since you can't stand me so much, just pretend I didn't do it. Leo immediately became upset when she heard this, angrily pulling her hand away from mine. Why are you so petty? He kindly saved my mom, and not only do you not thank him, you offer him money to insult him. Do you think everyone is like you, going crazy at the sight of money? I am going to treat Jack to dinner. People like you who only know how to throw money around will make society more and more materialistic. I was speechless. It turned out that that jerk had been putting on an act for so long, had made me look like an ungrateful bad guy. But for the sake of him saving someone, I held my tongue. Just as I was thinking of having a serious talk with Lo later, my dad's call came in. He said something major had come up at the company, and I needed to return immediately. I was busy away for a month before returning to the city. During this time, I barely kept in touch with Leo. She was probably still angry at me about that day, but it didn't matter. This time, I was going to formally propose, because my parents had finally agreed to our marriage. Thinking about getting married soon, my heart was full of anticipation. Holding her favorite lilies, I stood happily at her doorstep and rang the doorbell. Who is it? A familiar male voice came from inside. The door opened, and Jack's greasy, shiny black face appeared before me. Jack. Why the hell are you at my girlfriend's house? My hand trembled with rage, and the bouquet slammed to the ground. Jack glanced at me disdainfully, a mocking smile playing on his lips. Well, why don't you ask your girlfriend? Leo hurried out from an inner room, flustered. Mingyu, why are you suddenly back? I stared at her coldly. What? Am I here at a bad time? No, listen to me. My mom insisted on treating Jack to a meal. That's why he's here. Her mother came out of the kitchen carrying dishes, not even glancing at me, yet muttering, some people are so shameless, daring to come for my daughter with a monthly salary of only 5,000, pretending to be rich all the time, and still have the nerve to come to our house. I suddenly understood, and immediately stared hard at Jack. That bastard shrugged, looking completely unconcerned, and said sarcastically, hey, buddy, that's your fault. You don't even dare to be honest with your girlfriend about your financial situation, and you want to trick her into marriage. Are you worthy? Leo awkwardly picked up Jack's jacket, and ushered him out. You go back first. Let's talk another time. I watched helplessly as her hand affectionately pressed against Jack's back, and as he left, she deliberately made a phone gesture at him. Something was wrong. Something must have happened this past month. When did you get so close to Jack? Leo sighed and impatiently rolled her eyes. Why do you keep bringing him up? It was just a joke that day. Do you have to remember it until now? Are you done yet? He saved my mom, and you still have this attitude. You're too petty. I really don't want to talk to you anymore. After that, she walked into the bedroom without looking back, saying she was going to calm her mom down, leaving me standing outside alone. Hey, right now, wasn't I the one who needed to cool down the most? Li's phone on the coffee table kept vibrating non-stop. Although I shouldn't look at her private messages, my gut feeling told me Jack was messaging her. I unlocked her phone, and a string of shameless messages from Jack popped up. Jack, how's my darling today? When are you breaking up with that loser? I can't wait, with that puny body. He can't even shoot a ball in bed. He's probably done in 3 minutes. Aren't you just suffering being with him? He's incompetent and a country bumpkin who hasn't seen the world. He doesn't even dare admit his low salary. Break up quickly. Someone exceptional like you, wasting your youth with a man who's both poor and useless. I scrolled further up. From the day her mom fell, these two had never stopped contacting each other. At first, Jack did most of the talking. Jack, can I call you Meng, darling? He really cute. Leo, don't call me that. My boyfriend will get angry if he finds out. Jack, him. That loser who only makes 5,000 a month and pretends to be someone important every day at the gym. I really don't know what you see in him. Leo, 5,000. No way, he doesn't seem to lack money, and he's really good to me. Jack, laughable, that money was probably gained by sucking up to rich women. I've seen plenty of Asian pretty boys like him. Not as rich as us black men, And not as strong either. He's just stubbornly refusing to admit it. Scrolling further, Leo actually started responding to that beast's disgusting remarks, and their conversation grew increasingly heated. After her mom was discharged from the hospital, that bastard came to her house every day, ostensibly to take care of Auntie. The most disgusting thing was the conversations from the past 2 days. Just as I was stubbornly insisting to my dad that I would marry this woman, this despicable pair was flirting. Leo, you were too strong yesterday. My legs are still weak. What if I get pregnant? Jack, what's there to be afraid of? If you get pregnant, you get pregnant. I am not that useless person who can only talk the talk but not walk the walk. I can provide for you. When I open my basketball gym, it'll be the madam. Just lie back and count money. Oh, right. When that poor loser comes back, remember to make him buy you more gifts to compensate you. Consider it compensation for the mental distress he's caused over the years. Could she really believe such cheap tricks? My family's company's daily income is enough for that jerk to brag about for a lifetime. Hearing footsteps, I put the phone back in its place. It wasn't that I didn't want to confront them on the spot, but I was so angry my heart turned cold, and I didn't even have the energy to curse. Lou didn't make me stay for dinner at her place. Instead, she casually pulled me to a restaurant next to her residential complex. As for her mom, she couldn't even be bothered to glance at me. The whole time, I remembered how she used to smile whenever she saw me, calling me son-in-law so affectionately, and now, just like that, because that jerk said I only made $5,000 a month, I became a poor nobody unworthy of their family. I sat opposite Leo with a cold expression. Originally, I came back this time to formally propose to you. She was clearly stunned. Her eyes darted around for a while before she whispered, Mingyu, I think, now's not the right time to get married. Do you think it's not suitable for marriage, or that I am not suitable? Leo grabbed my hand, a look of guilt on her face. Mingyu, you know I truly loved you. It's just, looking at her hypocritical face infuriated me. I saw your chat history with that jerk. Her face instantly changed, first pale, then flushing crimson. You looked at my phone. How could you be so despicable? That's funny, didn't we used to look at each other's phones freely? What, do you have secrets you don't want anyone to see now? Seeing her secret exposed, Leo actually calmed down. Fine, let's just be frank then. I want to break up with you. I admit I had feelings for you these past few years, but you're just an ordinary person. I am a manager after all, with an annual salary of $1 million. Do you expect me to live my life like this, so unaccomplished, following you? Any male employee under me earns more than you. I suppressed my anger. Who told you I make $5,000 a month? That was just information I filled in casually. So how much do you make? 10,000. 20,000. Leo impatiently cut me off. Forget 20,000. Even 30,000, in this city, is still just an ordinary person. You can't even afford a decent Japanese meal. Look at Jack, that physique, that capability. At this point, she quickly shut up. She used to nestle in my arms and say that making $10,000 a month was enough, and she wanted to buy groceries and cook with me. I tried to explain for ages back then, but she never believed me. Now, after hearing a few words from that jerk, I am a poor loser. Moreover, she wouldn't even give me the most basic chance to explain myself. Mingyu, let's be realistic. Relationships need to be built on a foundation of material wealth. I am almost 30. I can't delay any longer. If you truly care about me, just let me go. My heart felt a bitter pang as I said flatly, what if I told you my family is very rich? She scoffed dismissively. Oh, please. Still trying to save face at a time like this. If you were rich, would Jack be so arrogant in front of you every day? Coward. My heart turned cold. It turned out it wasn't about the money. She didn't believe me at all. She'd rather believe a black man she'd known for less than a month than the man she'd been with for 5 years. So you set your sights on that jerk? Just because of his meager abilities? What do you know? She suddenly burst out. Jack's family is really rich. He was kicked out because he wanted to be an ordinary basketball coach. Once I help him return home, I'll show you what a real man is. Why don't you just say you want to snag a rich guy? Why pretend to be innocent? How could you become so crude? Fine, no need to explain. Let's just break up. I stood up and walked away. Another word would make me sick. And so, on that ordinary afternoon, I lost someone I once thought I'd spend my life with. Just as I left the restaurant, my childhood friend, Zhang, called. "Hey you, there's something I need to tell you." He hemmed and hawed for a while. "Leo has been acting strange lately, constantly antagonizing clients. Several major clients have been offended by her, and the company is losing money every day. Do whatever needs to be done. We've broken up, huh? So it'll be clear with her then. You two won't suddenly get back together, will you?" I fell silent for a moment. She got involved with that guy. It's impossible for us to get back together. What the hell? This happened. We have to get together this weekend, and let off some steam for you. I agreed with a smile. Leo always hated the smell of cigarettes and alcohol. I hadn't touched a drop in 5 years. But today, I could finally indulge myself for once. That weekend, we ate and chatted in a private room. My friends, after hearing the whole story, were even more furious than I. The one involved, Leo, the owner of the sports center, kept saying he would fire Jack immediately, and I didn't object, just for the fact that that jerk was full of rumors. He shouldn't be allowed to keep misleading people. As dinner was nearing its end, the door suddenly swung open. Leo, holding a bottle of wine, walked straight towards Zhang with a fawning expression. "Mr. Johnson, I know I haven't been doing well at work lately, but please, considering we've worked together for 2 years, give me a chance. I'll be obedient from now on. You know I am still capable. I can earn this money back quickly." So, she was here to beg for her job back. Zhang subconsciously glanced at me, and only then did Leo realize I was also present. "Song, why are you here?" I looked down at my phone, couldn't be bothered to respond to her. Li's face instantly changed. Her eyes darted between me and Zhang, then she suddenly sneered. No wonder I was suddenly targeted. "So you were playing tricks behind my back. I truly misjudged you. Song, you were the one who told manager to make things difficult for me, weren't you? And here I thought you were a man. I can't believe he's so devious." Zhang was so angry he slammed the table. "Leo, what the hell are you talking about? What does this have to do with Mingyu? Either one who messed things up. You lost millions and is still playing the victim. You can come back, but pay back this money first. Millions." Leo shrieked. "How is that possible? Where am I supposed to get that much money? I think he deliberately bullying me." She grabbed a wine bottle and smashed it near my feet. "Song, say something. Do you hate me that much? Can't you stand to see me doing well? I must have been blind to be with a terrible person like you. All you do is rely on your connections to bully people." I stood up with a cold face. "Leo, watch your mouth. For the sake of our 5 years together, I didn't bother to argue with you. Don't push your luck." Zhang twisted the knife by adding, "I say, Leo, do you not know your own capabilities? With your meager skills, would you have gotten into our company if it weren't for Minya's connections?" Leo was trembling all over. "Fine, you just wait. I'd starve before coming back to a trash company like this. I wouldn't bother coming back even if you begged me." Watching her storm out, slamming the door, I rubbed my temples and sat back on the couch. I originally wanted to break up amicably, but she insisted on making a scene. "Dong, fire that Jack tomorrow, it'll cover the severance." Leo immediately called his assistant and told him to go handle it. That night, when I got home, I scrolled through Li's social media feed. It was a selfie of her hugging Jack, with the caption, "New life." I liked it, wishing that despicable couple a long and happy life together. From Meng's social media, it was clear that Jack had moved into her place the very next day. I had someone investigate Jack. That guy had no money at all. He couldn't make it overseas, so he came here to swindle and deceive people. His streetball skills were decent, which is why he became a basketball coach. Now that he had no job and a shady past, finding another job wouldn't be easy, and Meng, having left Zhang's company, would definitely not find such a relaxed and high-paying job elsewhere. Those two were quite a match, both pretending to be rich. One boasted of being a rich second generation, the other pretended to be an independent strong woman, both hoping the other person would elevate them. I just wondered if they would still be so loving once they discovered that both of them were broke losers. 2 months later, I ran into them again at a Chamber of Commerce gala. Such events were usually only attended by us, the children of entrepreneurs. I truly hadn't expected them to manage to sneak in. Leo was covered in designer brands, but a closer look showed they were all outdated items. She walked towards me, arm in arm with Jack, haughtily. "Oh, the ex-boyfriend is here too. Did you purposely follow me? You came here to work as a waiter for me. Working so hard, but too bad I'll never like you. Deluded, I couldn't even be bothered to look at her. Leo insisted on getting closer. I know you just want to see me doing badly, but I won't let you have your way. Jack is about to open the largest basketball gym in the city, and he'll just lie back and count money at home. He also invested in a major project, so he'll have even more money in the future. Anyway, being with him is certainly better than being with a pathetic, stingy person like you. I turned to Jack. Oh really? What car did you drive here in today? A taxi. You can't even afford a car, and here pretending to be rich, I retorted in less tone. Jack's face immediately fell. Leo quickly nudged him. Tell your dad to wire money for a car tomorrow. No problem, no problem. Jack awkwardly laughed it off. There was a piano at the banquet, and Leo said smugly, Jack has played the piano since childhood. He's a professional. Today, he'll show you what true high society is like. Oh really? Then enlighten us, I sneered, holding my wine glass. Sweat beaded on Jack's forehead as Leo forcefully pushed him to sit at the piano. His fingers randomly hit the keys, sounding so terrible I almost spat out my drink. Everyone around frowned. I put down my wine glass and scoffed. Is this what you call professional level? You can only fool amateurs like her. Liz's face turned pale, but she still tried to keep up appearances. He's just too nervous today. He usually plays so well. Give it a rest. Being cheated and even helping them count the money. I walked away with a cold laugh. Jack awkwardly stood up, pulling a flushed Leo, about to leave, watching their humiliated figures walk away. I raised my wine glass and clinked it with my childhood friend. Such idiotic tricks. They can only fool this foolish woman. Leaving the banquet, I went straight to the underground parking garage. It was ridiculous, for 5 years, to go along with this anti-rich charade. I hadn't even dared to drive my family's supercars. Today, I drove my favorite Lamborghini. Leo suddenly appeared out of nowhere, her eyes full of disdain. Are you done pretending? Are you so eager to show off a luxury car? Are you regretting breaking up with me? Song, if you want to get back together, just say so. Don't follow me around all day. I was speechless, beyond comment, and could only say flatly, Madam. Blocking my way. Infuriated by my coldness, she directly blocked the car door. So what if I left Zhang's company? At least I am living clearly now. Just jealous that I found a better man than you, flaunting a car like this in front of me all day. Do you think that proves you amazing? I looked at her twisted expression. Leo, 5 years of feelings, and you turned your back on me for that guy. What do you mean by bothering me now? Are you so shameless? Leo stiffened her neck, saying with a look, of course, if you really cared about me, with your relationship with Zhang, you should have made me vice a long time ago. And here I thought you were a good person, after we broke up. You actually doing better than me. Are you purposely trying to spite me? I swear I'd never seen such a shameless woman. Move. Don't act crazy here. Hey, so now you've learned to rent luxury cars, and pretend to be rich, she said with a scornful look. Be careful you don't crash it, and can't afford the repairs. I directly slapped my vehicle registration in front of her. Look closely, my car. The engine roared, and I sped off. As expected, that night, that woman bombarded my phone. So you've been lying to me all this time. Where did all this money come from? If you beg me now, it's still not too late. I might consider forgiving you. Song, stop acting so righteous. The next day, I suddenly remembered the investment project she mentioned. The sports arena project in the city center was nearing completion. It couldn't be such a coincidence, could it? Were they talking about the same one? I called him and told him about it. Dong, I heard someone is soliciting investments using your project's name. That's right. Recently, a con artist has been scamming people everywhere, saying you can become a shareholder just by giving money. Leo laughed. Bullshit. This is a multi-billion project. How could that jerk get involved in it? Soon, Leo found out the truth. A con artist named Gao was operating under the guise of their project, scamming money everywhere. Jack and Leo, those two fools, had already taken the bait. They had invested 900,000, waiting to become shareholders, thinking of their arrogant demeanor. I just waited to see the show. Dong, when it's time for the ribbon-cutting ceremony, can I make an appearance? Come, 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 I'll let you cut the biggest red ribbon. I opened the last message Jack had sent me the previous month. Open your pathetic eyes and see. This is the upper-class life. It was accompanied by a picture of him and Leo drinking champagne on a yacht. Just you wait. We'll see who the real poor loser is in the end. 6 months passed. To invest in that project, Leo even sold her family home and borrowed $5 million. When women go crazy for love, they'll do anything. At the ribbon-cutting ceremony, I was wearing a suit, chatting and laughing with several elder figures. Meanwhile, the despicable pair looked pathetic. All their designer clothes had been replaced with cheap street stall clothes. They couldn't even pretend to be rich anymore. It seemed they had truly put their entire fortune on this, just waiting for a windfall. Something's wrong. Jack suddenly charged forward like a mad dog. Where's CEO Gao? How can the biggest shareholder not be here? Security guards blocked him. Stay back. What CEO Gao? Leo stood there, stunned, and the other investors nearby also had ashen faces. CEO Gao said he'd come. He invested $200 million. Jack was still shouting. Leo suddenly slapped him. You idiot. Still don't understand. We've been scammed. Police sirens blared. Gao is suspected of swindling $50 million and has been apprehended. Victims, please cooperate with the investigation. Li's legs gave out, and she lunged towards Gao, who was being escorted. On my birthday, my wife slept with her ex, and my son pointed at me, yelling, "You don't deserve to be my father." Even the company I built with my own hands was dragged into court by them. Everyone thought I was finished, but they didn't know I'd been waiting for this day. Jason, our plant has come so far today all thanks to your talent. This year's bonuses are all yours. Inside the plant's factory floor, my wife giggled delightedly, her arm linked with her first love, Jason, as she handed him a thick stack of cash bonuses. The workers on the factory floor crowded around, eager to flatter them both, with at the helm, our plant is sure to thrive from now on. Director really has vision. She and expert work together better than a married couple. My son, Brandon, was also there, bowing and fawning to Jason. Uncle, you truly are a lucky star for our plant. Much stronger than my old man of a father. Just accept these bonuses with peace of mind. Lead the plant to glory with my mom. As for Ethan, let him kneel on the factory floor and bark like a dog a couple of times, admitting he's a waste, and maybe I'll even toss him a few coins to buy a pack of cigarettes. And I was that waste, despised even by my own son, standing at the factory floor entrance. Watching the harmonious scene inside, I stepped back half a pace with a bitter smile, clutching the product sample bag in my hand. Today was supposed to be a big day for the plant's annual performance review and awards ceremony, but when I arrived at the plant gate this morning, my wife took a call. She said a client was urgent for new product samples, and insisted I personally deliver them. After many years of marriage, I naturally trusted her. Samples were important, so I didn't even stop for breakfast, turning the car around and rushing out. I drove all day under the scorching sun, my stomach aching terribly, without even a sip of water, but when I saw with my own eyes that she was giving all my bonus money to Jason, a newcomer who had been at the plant for less than 2 months, I understood everything instantly. The annual year-end bonus was a reward system only for the plant's management. The story about delivering samples was just an excuse to get rid of me. She just wanted to give the fruits of my year of hard work entirely to her first love. Jason seemed to notice me by chance, feigning surprise as he said, "Oh, Mr. Ethan, why are you just getting here? I thought you weren't coming, so we started without you. My apologies." He apologized with his mouth, but his eyes couldn't hide his smugness, and he even deliberately waved the cash bonuses in his hand at me. Brandon shot up, pointing at my nose, and yelling, "You've been eating and drinking for free at this plant for so many years, and you actually think he's someone important. You drag your feet just to deliver a lousy sample, and you don't even show up for meetings. What else can you do besides hold our plant back? I really regret calling you dad all these years. You're a disgrace." Veronica heard her son humiliating me, but didn't stop him. Instead, she glanced at me. "Since you're here, it's a good time to hand over that major contract with the large supermarket chain to Jason. It'll save you from messing it up again. You can just stand by and watch how he does things, learn a bit, and try not to cause trouble." They had already decided this and were just informing me. I had no right to object. I couldn't help but clench my fists, feeling a chill in my heart. The partnership Veronica was talking about was, one I had spent a whole year personally negotiating. The client was a global chain enterprise, and the deposit alone was $20 million US. If the cooperation succeeded, it would not only double our brand value, but also be a leap from our small town to the world stage. Future profits could not be estimated in hundreds or thousands of times, but large corporations have complex internal structures. With branches spanning the globe, I repeatedly improved the process, spending day and night immersed in the factory floor, constantly researching across countries. My routine was chaotic, and there were even a few times I lost consciousness and fainted. Just as the new formula was finally perfected, and about to take the plant to the next level, Veronica, with a few words, wanted to snatch away a year of my hard work, and give it to her first love. Thinking of all my efforts over the years, I only felt ridiculous. After my father-in-law passed away, he left behind an old plant on the verge of bankruptcy. Veronica didn't want to see her father's years of effort disappear, so she decided to take over. Although after we got married, my father-in-law often suppressed and insulted me. Believing I should consider it a blessing to have married his daughter, everything he said implied that as a live-in son-in-law, I should know my place. But I had graduated from a prestigious university, and though my family couldn't offer much support, I had a secure corporate job. When my wife said she wanted to take over the plant, I didn't hesitate to quit my secure corporate job and start from scratch with her. She became the director, and I became the vice director. When we first took over this plant, even the most basic equipment was incomplete, let alone personnel resources. My wife had no business experience. Her capabilities were nowhere near enough to manage a plant's operations, let alone understand business principles. Fortunately, my university major was food safety, so I suggested changing the plant's original salt processing to pickled food processing. All these years, I supported the entire plant alone. All major contracts were negotiated by me. Every product was personally developed by me. When the plant faced financial difficulties, my parents even sold our old family home to subsidize us. That's how the plant came back to life and reached its current scale. But, just by accompanying Veronica on a few business trips, effortlessly stole all my credit. Veronica must be blind. 20 years of marriage couldn't compare to a first love, who looked down on her in college. Seeing her completely infatuated with Jason, the last bit of affection between us as a couple vanished. I took a deep breath and nodded. Fine, do as you please. Jason's lips curled into a smug smile, yet he still feigned humility. Mr. Ethan, how could a newcomer like me dare to take over your major contract? It's just that Veronica said your partnership hasn't seen any breakthroughs after more than a year. I figured I'd help out, so we can all work together. Hearing this, Veronica purred, her voice sweet and soft. Jason, you're an overseas expert. If you can't seal this deal, no one in our plant can. I couldn't help but sneer. Jason's bogus degree didn't even teach him the most basic fermentation ratios. When he joined the plant, only, blinded by love, insisted on paying him $50,000 a month, treating him like a king. After comforting Jason, her face immediately changed, and she pointed at me, yelling, with your paltry skills, if I hadn't pitied you, and let you into my father's plant, would you be where you are today? I think you've been living too comfortably these past few years, and have forgotten your place. Brandon also added smugly, Uncle, just take over this partnership with confidence. My dad's pitiful excuse for skills, we really can't rely on him. Dad, I told you to hand over the partnership, and you dare to give my mom attitude. If hadn't interceded for you, my mom would have made you pack your bags and leave. My heart turned cold, looking at this family, watching my wife and my son brazenly humiliate me. They probably forgot, back then, this plant was so run down it didn't even have a decent fermentation pond. Every process was something I painstakingly explored myself to improve the formula. I steeped in brine, my hands so raw I